Hey folks, so one of my routines every morning when I get to work is I write a journal. Right? I do a journal entries is how I describe it. It takes anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. It just depends on obviously what I got on my mind. And well, this morning I felt compelled to do this video because I was writing something and it kind of freaked me out and it took me back to the time I was writing the Path of Love book. It was basically an autobiography, but it's also a story about love, what I learned about love and God's love specifically. And I was quoting in my journal something that I had written. And so I'm going to read that to you, and then I'm going to explain why I'm sharing this right now with you. So it says, the quote is, "We are not our fears, our doubts, our worries. We are everything beautiful and wonderful about life and nature." And I started to write about this past weekend's experience I had with my wife, where we had a really deep conversation about our marriage and about where we stand and how we feel. It was about the intimate part of our marriage, which is our greatest struggle from time to time. We get along in so many different ways and in a lot of other ways, and I know that our challenge, maybe even my challenge specifically, isn't unique. It's part of what marriage is about. It's so much more to marriage than just intimacy. But the thing that I'm learning is, why do I allow it to be a challenge for me? And I was writing about how as a kid I always wanted attention from girls that I liked, but I was so shy and awkward I didn't ever talk with them. But I put it in my mind that I liked them and that they should, I wanted their attention, and when I wouldn't get it, I'd feel self-pity, self-loathing. And I know I've done it so many times throughout my life as a child and into adulthood, that I carried this idea that I'm not a man if I don't get the attention I want from the woman I like. And my wife, being the one woman that I'm committed to, through marriage, gets the brunt of all that, all my self-pity and self-loathing. And I did tell her, I can't remember when, maybe a year or so ago, to let me know when I use meanness and manipulation with my words and actions to try to get my way with her. And she told me this weekend that's what I was doing. I wasn't yelling like I typically had done in the past. I wasn't, cursing or anything, but I was using manipulation tactics, and she said she could see in my eyes that I was mad. And so as I was writing about where I may have gotten that idea, I just felt this sadness overcome me, and that's what I'm wanting to share with you, is that even after all these years pursuing God, 18 plus years, and learning and growing about myself, there's still things that I'm uprooting and tearing out and removing from my own psyche. And so it just re-emphasizes what I've said about the pursuit of love, the pursuit of God, that it just never ends. It's a continuous cleansing process. We are getting purified in His love, and what God wants to do is remove any of that darkness, that angst, those fears, those doubts, those worries, and He wants to replace it with His love, His compassion, His strength. But we resist. So anyway, for whatever this is worth, I just wanted to share that experience with you and let you know that keep going. No matter where you're at, no matter how much you might be hurting, just keep going. Pursue God's love. It's worth it. And let the hurt come through, because that's just part of the process. All right, until next time.